Hello, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a brand new video. And this week on the Magic Roundabout, which is moved from onto the workbench because this is too big to go in the light box. So what we got here then, we got a Dinky Toys Vega Major Luxury Coach. Vega Major Luxury Coach. So we're going to see what we can do with this week. As you watch this go around and having a look at it, I'd just like to welcome all the friends of the channel back. Any new friends, welcome aboard. Thanks for joining, and I hope you stay. Look forward to your comments in the comment section when we're all done. So, that being said, let's get it off the Magic, get it on the bench, and see what we can do with this. Okay then, here we go. Let's have a look then. As you can see, it's overpainted. This should be an ivory colour with blue interior. They did a couple of versions of this. This one is the battery operated version with the working lights. This has got the boot, which is good because a lot of these are the boot is missing. And you'll see why in a minute when I take it apart. You'll see why it's always missing. This one's got the dual headlights, the other version hasn't. I think there's different colour interiors as well. This does work in a fashion, but it's very difficult to film it working because the turning circle is massive on this. You have to sort of turn it, and it does go round, but it takes a while to turn. And whilst you have to push down in front and it's turning, and the lights do blink, not massively, but they do blink. Okay. Right, it's got a screw base, as you can see. There's the battery holder in there. This goes across to hold the battery in. I think it's a AA. Goes in there. There's the bit of the back wheel what catches the brass piece. This there. You can see it in there, just catches a brass piece. It's got a lobe on the cam there. You can see the bulbs in there, look, there and there. It's got all the good tyres on it, which is handy. The glass is good because a lot of these are broken. And we're going to put some passengers in this. So let me just wait 1 second, just have a look at that a minute. I just want to get out the decals that I've got for it. Well, they're actually stickers and not decals, but there you go. These come from Model Supplies. These ones, I think he's the only person I know who does these. It's got the writing on the front there. Okay, so they'll go on there. Alrighty, so I'll leave them out. So that's where we are. So I'll get the tools out. We'll take it apart. This should be an interesting one. And if you're watching Ian B and his family, you'll get a laugh out of this. Seriously. Okay then, people, let's get this apart. Right. One screw. This end. For obvious reasons, in case they want to change the bulbs. Put screws in. And you lift up that. And it comes out the back. Okay. Let's leave this for a second. And we'll deal with this bit here first. As I was saying about the boot lid, right, it connects underneath that glass at the back there. You see that? You can see that it connects underneath that glass. So if you're forcing it, you will break it off. And a lot of these are broken. So when you remove the glass, this will come out. The glass isn't riveted, so it comes out in one chunk. It's a good old piece of plastic in it. Like I say, it's got a few scuffs in it, as you can see along there. We try and clean it up best we can We'll give it a wash with some warm soapy water first, but really it needs sanding, as you can see. Excuse my fingernails. You can see scuff marks. I'm trying to get the right light for it for you. Yeah, there and there. So that's that. That's that to be cleaned up. And then the boot just sits in that little slot there, look. It just sits in there like that. So 9 times out of 10, if that gets broken, then the glass will probably crack at the back. All right. Usually you get that piece there, which the boot sits in like that. It will get broken off, and that's missing. You'll see a lot of those. I think my friend Adam Burrows, he had the same problem with that. His broke off, or was broken off when he got it. So there you go. What we're going to have to do is find something to do this. I can buy indicator lenses, but they're quite expensive. So I'm going to try and use some of this crystal clear. You can use it, where is it? You can use it to make clear over portholes and stuff. So it should be able to go over that enough, and it will take a few days to dry, and it should dry clear. Then we can put a bit of Tamiya clear orange on it. That's the plan anyway. And the decals will go, oh, that's in your face, isn't it? They will go over there like this. These are stickers, actually. Quite nice. So they'll go over there. So that's that. So that's got to go in the stripper now. Hopefully it will come off okay. So that's for the stripper. Right now, this bit. This is how it comes. Now, I have had a go at this, to be honest with you. I won't lie. It's there. Let's get a bit closer. I'll hold it in one hand and I'll show you. There's like a rivet there. A rivet there. And one there. Now be careful when you're taking these off, because you can, like I did the little bit there, gouge into the plastic. Okay. Alright, so you need to get them off to get this piece out. And then that lifts off like so. Okay. We'll deal with that bit in a minute. It's all in a minute, here in a minute. There's the suspension. There's the back suspension on there. There's the lobe on the cam. Just there. See that going round? That's the post. I've got a drill there, and drill there. This is the front. There you go. That's that bit. That's that bit. They're in there. So I'm not sure whether I'll be able to pull these wheels off, because obviously there's no axle showing. So I'd imagine they will pull off because you can't get them out unless you do. And that's obviously where it steers. You can see. Get me pointer there, and at the front there for steering. Okay, so we'll see. These tyres should be good to go off there. So I'm not sure what I have to do with these. I might have to heat these up to pull these hubs out, or I might just leave them in and just mask over them, because I don't know. I'll have to investigate whether these will just come out with a bit of leverage, or I don't know. I don't want to damage them. I would imagine they're a pull fit, so I might be able to heat that up and pull it out. I'll try. So that's that bit. That's the chassis bit. There's all your tyres. Now this is the interesting bit. When you flip it over, this is all your your battery, where your battery goes in there. That's where your cam hits there. I think so. I'm trying to get this in focus. The cam hits there as it goes round, up and down. And that's a connection for one end of your battery. That's the other end. And then the bulbs, they touch, let's turn that way. As you can see, both these bulbs, they touch that center section there, which in turn is attached to this piece here. Come down and it folds in half there, and these bulbs hit that. And these front pieces, they actually go on this black piece there. So when you're turning, they lift and make the connection. These bulbs are a bit hard to turn, but you can turn them, get them out, because they're an old cheapo fit really. You can buy these bulbs off the internet. You have to do a bit of searching. There's a couple of sellers on there. I can't remember the name by hand at the minute, but there's different size bulbs obviously, because you've got the Corgi Comma is a bigger bulb than this. Okay, I think one of these are 1.0 CK. So let's see if we can read that. So I want to get this in focus. The key's going out of focus. Whoop. That'll do a lot of good, won't it? .2 1.2 volts. Hong Kong. Made in Hong Kong. It says CK 1.2 volts. That's what it says on there. So we'll get these out. They just unscrew out. You imagine if you were a kid having to mess about doing this. Hong Kong again. That's better. You can see it clearer there. CK 1.2 volts. Made in Hong Kong. And they're looking good, Nick. It's not broken in there. So that's that. So this will get a wash, and then we'll get the brass brush, and we'll brass brush all these connections because they're dirty. This is very important. You must do that. Get the brass brush on there, on your Dremel, or if you want to do it by hand with a bit of wet and dry or something like that, just clean all these connections up. Get them nice and clean. I'm not going to take the connections out. I don't think you need to do that, but if you did, you'd have to take them out from these little ferrules here and pull them out. But I think you start doing that, you're going to get yourself a bit of trouble, ain't you? In my opinion anyway. So they'll stay in. A bit of water won't hurt them anyway. Okay, so that's where we are with that. So that didn't take long to take apart, did it? Yeah, I think I'm going to leave these in. I think it's going to be a lot of messing about trying to get these hubs off here. They really are. Yeah. They'll clean up when they've been in the caustic soda anyway. I'm just trying to see if I can see. Yeah, there's a bit there. It's a job to start yanking these out, isn't it, really? You might get yourself a bit of aggro. Let me just try something here. I'm not saying it's going to work, but I'm going to try. Just got this on the back of here. I'm going to... So these aren't dangerous. I flattened all the ends off there so they won't damage anything. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave them on. Better be safe than sorry. Okay, so there we go. Stripping time. Okay then, that's all cleaned up. I'm ready for spraying. Just got methylated spirits on at the minute. It weren't too bad. A couple of bits I had to do down here. Along the edges there and there. Where it was a bit rough. moved it out. There was a pit in the middle there, so I've done that with the super glue. Yeah, so it's all cleaned up, ready for painting. So I'll leave that now just to dry off and we're done. Yeah, it was pretty good. Front end there. So it's all cleaned up nicely. The base, I'll just put a bit of tape on the inside because I don't want paint on the inside. Take the wheels up and I'm good to go. So that's ready for painting. These are the wash soap with water. Just got to clean these contacts up. I'll just do that in a bit. And I've got to clean this glass. I've washed it, but it just needs cleaning, as you can see now. A few scuffs on it. This side, there. As you can see, it's a bit pitted and scuffed, so we'll get the sandpaper on that. I did notice when I cleaned it though, there's a very, it's a hairline. There's not much crack on there. But there you go. It's not gone right way through. So there it is. So that's it then. So I'll get this cleaned, and we'll get this painted, and get that painted. Okay. There you go. All painted up. There we go. I'll put some goldy orange in there, ready for the dual headlights. Yeah, this is that Ford Ivory, so that's good to go, and it's been lacquered. The base has been repainted. Just got to polish these hubs up, and we're good to go on that one. So there we go. So now I'm going to paint a few details on here. I'll put the lights in last. I'm going to paint the grille, the bumper, and the back lights and back bumper. Okay, so I'll get the paint out, get the brushes, and we'll get on. Okay then, let's get on with some details then. This is a bit long, so I might struggle to get it in camera shot. Well, we'll do the excuse me. We'll do the grille first. Yeah, excuse me, I've got a bit of a dry cough today. Try and keep this in shot. It's going to be a bit awkward because it's so long, this thing. Guys, it's typical, isn't it? I was alright until I got on camera. And I started bloody coughing. I don't want to scratch it, so I'm going to try and get this up a bit more. Excuse me a minute, I'll mess about with the camera. I'm not really well prepared here. Let's try that. Let's try that. That might be a bit better. It's all happening, folks. It's all happening. I'm multitasking today. I'm doing a bit of gardening and nipping in, doing a bit of this, and then nipping back out again. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. If my missus can multitask, I'm sure I can. Got a big grill on here. I've already put a bit of orangey gold in the headlight, waiting for the jewels, which I'll put in last. Yeah, this is flipping awkward, this is. Yeah, it's a big old bus, this thing. There you go. Jolly boys outing. I keep going out of shot, look. This is, I don't know. Yeah, this is awkward. You have to bear with me, guys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, lords and ladies. There you go. Try and get that in there best I can. Here it is. There it is. Right. I'm going to have to carry on with this off camera. As you can see, I'm not faking it. I just can't get it. If I get it round there, it's right in. It's not going to focus. Okay. So let me do this bit of chrome work on it in details, and we'll come back when we're putting the stickers on the side. That'd be more interesting than watching me paint the chrome work. Okay, moving on. Let's get that out of the way for a second first. And that one. Details. You can see that. Not very. Let me just move this up a bit more. It's a paint. Bit of black wash in the grill. It's drying out a bit. If you can see the chrome line down the side there. Done that. Front bumper done. Indicator lights. Those handles, hinges, and this line, and I've also done scraped the wheel arches there because they had little chrome wheel arch pieces on here. Chrome line down there, chrome line down there. Okay, so that's that bit. So now I've got to do is put the dual LED lights in. I'll got to go over that with a cloth. Get some of the black out, put some number plates on it, and what have you. So that's that bit. Done the chassis. Put the polyester hubs up. You don't need to, it's just simple cotton wool and metal polish. Clean the tyres up, washed them, give them a bit of a black wash. And what I've done is I cleaned up the cam, as you can see it going around there. Clean that up nice and shiny, and I cleaned up these front contacts here. These ones, these are the ones what contact when it turns. As you can see, that one lifts up, okay, like so. So they've been cleaned. Not necessarily cleaned then, because they don't do anything, well, apart from operate suspension obviously. So that's what we got with this. And I cleaned up all this brass work. I'll just take that out. I'll do it in a minute. I'll show you in a minute. Cleaned up all the brass work with the brass wire wheel. Got it all cleaned up and shiny, polished. Did the bulbs. The reason it's put together, I'll put the bulbs back in and the battery, because I was just trying to see if I could get it to work before I put it all together again, because batteries are slightly different size these days as they used to be when this was produced. So you have to do a little bit of messing about. I've had to bring this piece of the battery stay upright and across a bit, give it more tension on it. And this one, as you can see, that bend in there, the battery would have been taller than this and it would have hit that, but I bent that, squared it off down there so it's gone down, then I pushed it across so it's tight, yeah, well, tightish. Still got movement in it. And these aren't the best batteries, the old cheapo pound shop batteries. You know, 1,000 for £1 or something, you know. Bulbs, they just screw in. Self-explanatory, no messing with them. Okay. So, we're going to... And then these are the front pickups. These are the ones that go on there when you turn the wheel. So, just in case you can't see it very well when it's finished, because of the big turning circle on this thing, I'm going to demo it and show you it now that it actually works, so you can actually see it working. Okay, so what you have to do, what did I do last time? I can't remember now. Yeah, turn it up that way. Locate it in the holes, so it locates down. Push the battery down. We just shove that across from not that it does anything. Right, now you can see what you do then. I'm like trying to get my hands in the way here. See the bulb coming on there now? And as you turn the back wheel cam, it goes on and off. I mean, as you go around the circle there, look, as it goes round and round. And then this side, try and get it around this side. Turn the wheels. And you see it working on and off. Okay, off, on, off, on. I mean, it feels, I mean, it says on, off, off. I turn that camera. So that's it working. So you can say that you've seen it, seen it working. It's not rocket science. It's not complicated. It's just a matter of making sure that everything is spotlessly clean. Excuse me. I've still got this stupid dry cough. Making sure everything is spotlessly clean. That is the main thing. As you can see, get it all clean. I have to push that down a little bit. Okay. And that's the bit what goes on the cam at the back. That one. There. I might just bring that up slightly actually. Yeah. So the cam hits that, bang, bang, bang. And that then sends a current through to that end of the battery, through to that end, up through here, onto these two, and then the contact is made either left or right. Okay, so that's it. These are a bit fiddly to get in and out, because you're fingering the glass bit here. Whatever you do, don't use pliers. I know you know you're not stupid, but you know, and they can get a little bit loose like that, even though that's right the way in. So you have to be even them up if you can, and sort of get them as tight as you can without breaking the glass. So that's it. It's demoed. We know it works. Okay. So what I'm going to do is glue that back on there, because you don't need to have this to change the bulbs and that. You can do that whilst it's in there. That's designed so you can unscrew them whilst it's in there. You don't have to take this chassis off to change the bulbs. So that'll be glued back together again. All I've got to do is find something now to go in there. I could use a method that a friend of mine told me about, Pimp My Diecast. You can put a bit of clear and warm it up and push a paint brush handle through to give it a bit of a bulge. Okay, or something like that. Sorry, something like that. Well, like I said, I might try some of this. Crystal clear. So I'm going to have a look at that and see what I can do with that. Okay. Yeah, so scraping down the side. Bit nerve-wracking, but we got there in the end. Just got to tie that front end up a little bit. It's not too bad. It looks better from a distance than it does close up. And the back lights are all done. Okay. Right, so after the battery is all sorted out, I've glued that on top now. So that's all good to go. Right, we come to the sticker on the side. It's not the greatest of fits. So it fits where it touches, if you know what I mean. Now this you get from model supplies. If you've got the battery operated one like this, you have to put your own hole in. Easier said than done. Okay, getting that right, bang on. Right, as you can see, I've got the indicator glass in. Now what I did, I used this crystal clear like I showed you. Right, I just basically bridge the gap with it. It's quite stiff and you can bridge the gap with it. It's quite simple to do. Leave it at least 24 hours plus and it dries clear. And I'll just put a bit of Tamiya orange on there. Okay, and so we're good to go. So there you go, it's worth a look. I did try the heating the plastic up, but I couldn't get it right. So I thought, well, I'll try this, and it worked. Right, so now we'll put this on. So basically it comes in, its sticky back comes on there. I punched the hole in, roughly where I want it, using a set of old hole punches that I've got. So peel that off. Like I say, this is not 100% accurate, unfortunately. I did try it on and I thought, well, it's either not over one side or too much over the other side. I'm trying not to get my hand in the way, but it's a bit tricky. So you position that somewhere where well, in fact, I'll do that. I'll put it over the hole first, which is not always bang on, but it'd be enough for you to see what's going on. I think it would have been better without the chrome strip in it. So bear with me while we get this on. You see, you get it on the front arches, right? And it's not on the right, on the back arches. It's too far over there, and it's too short, at the front. So it's a little bit tricky, this. You've got to try and get it where you can. So I'm going more for lining the hole up if I can. And lining the door up, that's the thing, lining the door up. Get that right. So I'm going to go with lining the door up. And lining the back up. There you go. You'll have to go where it goes, unfortunately. So it's not the most accurate. It's a shame, really, because it's a good colour and it looks really smart. But whoever did the measuring didn't do a very good job. So we get it on there. No doubt there's some people who've already done this who might say, well, yeah, it does fit, but you've done it wrong, or I had a problem with it like that, or whatever. And we'll see. Yeah, so you've got to get your own hole in, which is not easy to get it bang on. Over there. Yeah, the hole's not quite right. I did get the hole out of place, but I'm not going to put another hole in because it'll make it look stupid. Okay. So next is the assembly stage. Assembly. So I'm not 100% happy with that, but what can you do? What can you do? We'll just have to put up with it. Yeah, because that line's up there. That wheel arch line's up there. But it doesn't line up with that one. And it doesn't line up with this one at the back here. And it overhangs a bit over here. So, but there you go. Anyway, get this thing assembled. Okay then, let's get this assembled then. I'll move that out of the way. Move that out of the way. Put that out of the back for a second. Turn it on its back. And I think we need to put the boot in first. I think that would be the safest option. Yeah. Put the boot in first. Then the windscreen. Making sure that that bit goes to the back. Like so. And then this bit goes in. It's got the tongue, which will go, hopefully, in there, then drop down. Oh, look at this result. Just push that back slightly so it lines up in the hole. Screw it in. And there we go. There we have it. All back together. And does the boot work? Get your finger underneath it. Yep, and the boot's operational. Let's see if we can get a... If you look closely, I'm going to move this out of the way. See if you can see it flashing. Yeah, you have a job to... Now, there you go. Hang on a minute, let's just have a look. And turn that off. You might see it flashing now. There you go. Like I say, it's got quite a big turning circle on here. There you go. It does flash. Put the lights back on. Okay, let's get it on the, well, I can't get on a magic roundabout. I have to put it on the turntable over here. So give me a second to get set up and then we're on. This is what we started with. Overpainted. Decals missing. Dinky Toys Vega Major Luxury Coach. No indicators, lenses. Alright, so now have a look. See how it ended up. Have a look at this. Right, here we go. All done and dusted. Yeah, this is for you, E and B. You'll find this quite amusing, I would say. It's a Jelly Boys outing. So we're all done. Total repaint, new stickers. Got the battery and the lights working, as you saw previously. Dual headlights. Painted grille and glistening in there. All cleaned up. Unfortunately, I did make a bit of a balls up on the stickers, the hole in there. I mean, they're not great at lining up, but you know, it's one of them things. We all make mistakes. But there you go. So it's all done and dusted. Like I say, the old Jelly Boys are there, going on the jolly. Yeah, but not too hot and they all melt. There you go. So I'm going to do a couple of outside shots today because it's a nice weather. So thanks for watching. Much appreciated. It's all a bit of fun. Come on, it's all a bit of fun. If you're not having fun, why bother? Okay. let's have a look at some outside shots in. And I'll see you all next week. And it's the purchases and donations. And there's quite a few. So, look forward to that. Look forward to seeing you next week. And bye for now. Bye.